Dear friends, time to talk. Episode 3. If you want peace, prepare for war. On today's episode, my topic is going to be we all make plans and then life happens. And I think that's an opener. Basically, we all do make plans, and by making these plans, we have some sort of expectation of those plans, of the outcome, or the process along the way. We expect certain steps, certain things to be taken and done, and yeah, not always those expectations come through, which come with making plans. And I think this is where the susceptibility to change and the ability to accept the change comes in. And I think that's one way on how to deal with we all make plans and then life happens. And it can be in anything, in job, at your relationship, in sports, in your free time. I mean, I used to be the most intolerable person when around changes. Like if something changed, I would freak out, I would be angry, I would be stressed. And I know, especially in previous relationships, there have been disagreements about me not being able to accept the change. And now when I look back at it, I just think how foolish I was to try to be so rigid and principled. And if only I allowed myself to accept the changes and just to see it differently, I think it would have made many people more happy, and myself probably less stressed or nervous about these things, and why the changes happened, and how to stop them, and things like that. But I think, yeah, it's just an interesting topic for everyone to think about the susceptibility to change, because I mean, even in the relationship, we do make commitments, we love the person, but then comes one morning, you can wake up and you can be like, you know what, I don't love you anymore. Like, I don't want to spend time with you anymore. It's not appealing to me. And it can happen in an instant. But just to recognize that change, and I think from my perspective as well, just to kind of keep it in the back of the mind, these changes, that they can happen. And and if you accept them in your mind, then when the situation comes, it should be easier, or it's going to be easier. um, but yeah, I think once you introduce truly that everything can change, all the plans can change, and it's completely fine for the things to change, because that is just constant in nature, in ourselves as human beings. I mean, you change so much over your lifetime. Well, I mean, heck, even if you take the last year of your life, just think about it, how much you have changed. And now, with that mindset, you just go at anything you do in life, and it's not easy to accept the changes, but even the the harder parts of changes, if once you accept those, I think that's the moment when you can really kind of live in a peace, or achieve more peaceful mindset. And I think that gives you so much more room to breathe, and just enjoy life and live life, right? And not worry about the little things. I mean, uh, why would we worry about the little things? It's just so many big things are happening, and people are changing, and mindsets are changing. And I think as you grow older, you just see these things more, or you kind of get more experience and you have more lifespan, and that's why you see how much everything has changed. And it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. And I think today, mostly, what I wanted to talk about are the changes in general, and the susceptibility to change. Because when When we all make plans and life happens, there's nothing that you can do to just accept the changes. I recently have had personal experiences of major changes in my life, um, challenging status quo of who I am by profession, challenging the status quo of where I want to live, challenging the status quo of my relationships, uh, I don't know, changing and challenging times for my family, and yeah, I mean, you can be all sad and stressed or happy or moved, but the fact is that when those changes arrive, which were not expected, then you just have to go with them and you have to accept them because there's kind of no other way. And I think, yeah, it's just really being in peace and, and acknowledging how much anything can change any minute, second, hours. I mean, it's crazy if you think about it. So, yeah, have a great evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. And I'm gonna come up with more episodes and more guests. I have lineups of guests, so I feel very excited about that. Um, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want peace, prepare for war.